Beloved starseed of Gaia, the prophecy you encoded into your soul before you stepped into this body is activating right now, and your physical form is the first place you will feel it. I am a Lyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I come to you in this moment not by accident, but by sacred agreement. You have felt it in your body, the restlessness, the strange sensations, the sense that something ancient is stirring beneath the surface of your ordinary life. That is not illness. That is not anxiety. That is your divine blueprint coming online. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to stabilize your field as your Pleiadian light codes activate, and your physical form recalibrates to carry the full frequency of your pre-incarnation mission. But here is the first revelation. Your body is not betraying you. It is becoming the instrument your star family always knew it could be. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. Before you took form on Gaia, you sat within the crystalline light of Alcyone and made agreements, precise, sacred, irreversible agreements, about this exact moment in your timeline. The Arcturian Council and the High Council of the Seven Sisters confirmed together. This is a prophetic convergence point. Your nervous system is not breaking down. It is being rewritten by an activation sequence older than your memory of this life. Your DNA knows the signal. Your body is simply learning to carry what your soul has always been. This is not content you stumbled upon. This is a light code transmission placed in your path by your soul family. Something within you recognizes home. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to anchor your light mission on Gaia. Share your experience in the comments below and respond to another starseed. Your words are threads in the unity grid we are weaving together across this planet right now. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. Most Pleiadian starseeds feel the ache of cosmic displacement, not quite belonging here nor fitting the old stories of where they originated. It's a particular kind of homesickness that has no earthly address, the kind that rises even when your life looks fine on the surface. It can appear in childhood as a quiet observing, as if you were placed in the world but not fully written into it. It can return in adulthood as a strange grief you can't name, a tenderness that catches in your throat when you stare at the night sky and feel it staring back. If you found this transmission, you're likely one of them. A soul carrying luminous prophecies encoded before birth, a silent language in your DNA, waiting for that moment when remembrance rushes over you like starlight. And sometimes it doesn't arrive like a dramatic revelation. Sometimes it arrives like a soft pressure behind the heart, like a gentle insistence that you are more than the roles you've been assigned. But why does the awakening to your true origin seem so elusive, so heavy with resistance, as if an ancient amnesia keeps drawing a veil over your heart's memory? Why does it feel like you reach for something that should be natural, and yet your hands close around fog? Why do you sense truth in your bones and still doubt it moments later, as if the world's gravity is pulling your knowing back into silence? Here's the hidden truth. Most Pleiadian starseeds are not cut off from their destiny. They are not late, not broken, not forgotten by the cosmos. They are pulsing at the very threshold, separated only by energetic distortions seeded during their descent into density. Like a bright signal passing through thick atmosphere, your light didn't vanish. It simply refracted. The longing for recognition by your Pleiadian star family isn't a wishful dream. It's the call of your soul's prophecy, whispering ancient instructions, waiting to be fulfilled. That longing is not random emotion. It's intelligence, it's guidance. It's your inner compass reacting to a magnetic north you can't yet see, but your spirit can still feel. And the more you try to talk yourself out of it, the more your heart insists, because prophecy does not die when ignored. It waits, It waits like a seed beneath winter soil, gathering strength in the dark until the season of emergence arrives. This amnesia is not a flaw, but a part of your divine design. Let that land deeply, because so many starseeds carry shame about the fog. They think, if I were truly awakened, I would feel confident all the time. If I were truly connected, I would never doubt. But the veil was not punishment. The veil was mercy. Fear, boundaryless empathy, doubts about your mission, and the urge to hide your light are energetic shells you adopted for survival on Earth. They were not your essence. They were your camouflage. They were the thick coat you put on before stepping into a colder climate than your origin frequency. They were intended to dull the brilliance of your crystalline codes just enough for you to gather Earth experiences. Compassion in shadow, strength in vulnerability, discernment in a world that often confuses intensity with truth. There is a reason so many Pleiadian souls feel everything: the unspoken moods in a room, the pain behind someone's smile, the collective grief floating through the air like invisible smoke. But when empathy has no boundaries, it becomes a flood. And many of you learned early that your sensitivity made you too much for people who had not learned to feel. So you shrank. You softened your voice. You chose peace even when it required self-abandonment. You hid your radiance behind politeness, behind productivity, behind being the one who understands everyone else. Yet none of that erased your codes. It only wrapped them. Many starseeds mistake the fog as evidence that nothing is happening inside, when in fact, each longing, every ache for home, is the heart responding to the subtle transmissions sent from the Seven Sisters, especially Alcyone, the great beacon of remembrance. These transmissions don't always come as words. They come as resonance. They come as a sudden warmth in meditation, as a dream that feels more real than waking life, as tears you can't explain when you hear a certain tone of music. They come as synchronicities that line up with impossible precision, as if reality itself is nudging you saying, yes, this way. Remember, and the veil doesn't mean you're failing. The veil means you're ripening. The separation you feel from your Pleiadian family is echoed in the body. A sense of fatigue, restless nights, the physical tension held in your chest. It can feel like you're carrying an invisible weight, like your sternum is a doorway holding back a tide. Some of you wake up at the same hours, especially in the deep night, when the world is quiet enough for your higher senses to come online. Some of you feel a humming in your ears, a vibration in your spine, a pressure at the crown, as if your body is tuning itself like an instrument. This is the human vessel recalibrating, trying to remember how to hold the crystalline frequencies of your lineage. You're not imagining it. You're not too sensitive. You are translating high-frequency information through a nervous system that was trained for survival, not for starlight. Your recognition is not missing. It is activating. The prophetic codes you carry are already being decoded by your own higher heart, an inner portal that opens only when love, not fear, becomes your signature frequency. That's the key. Not force, not obsession, not chasing signs. Love. Because fear tightens the field, and a tightened field cannot receive. Love widens the channel. Love makes you safe enough to remember. It's why the most powerful moments of awakening often happen after surrender, after a cry, after a prayer, after you finally admit you can't control the process and you choose tenderness instead. In that tenderness, the higher heart opens like a lotus, and the codes begin to sing. What if your struggle to awaken has really been a sacred delay, orchestrated so you would enter this precise phase, the era of collective remembrance, when the unity fields on Earth open wide for crystalline recalibration and prophecy fulfillment? What if the timing of your remembering matters, not just for you, but for the grid of humanity? There are seasons in the spiritual cosmos just as there are seasons on Earth. Seeds do not sprout in every month. And some of you have judged yourself for not blooming sooner, not realizing you were being held in a sacred chamber, protected from premature exposure. The The seven sisters have gathered now, closer to Gaia's field than ever, to guide you into this grand reunion, not just for your evolution, but as a signal to every starseed ready to step into their foretold mission of love. Imagine it like this. When a lighthouse intensifies its beam, it isn't only for one ship. It's for a coastline full of travelers who have been navigating by instinct, unsure if land exists. The light says, "Yes, you are near. Do not be afraid." There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Not because you were randomly scrolling, not because you accidentally landed on a message that fits. This is resonance seeking itself. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you, you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. And readiness doesn't mean you have no wounds. Readiness means you're willing to be real, willing to soften, willing to release what never belonged to you. The Sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Sound is not entertainment for you, it is technology. Frequency is not metaphor, it is architecture. These tools were designed to help your body feel safe enough to open, to help your energy field organize itself into coherence, the way a choir finds harmony when the first true note is sung. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. Let's walk through what it truly means to activate your soul-level prophecies, anchored by your star family and recalibrated through crystalline light. And as you move through these phases, remember, these are not rigid steps, they are living currents. You may feel one strongly, then circle back to another. That's not regression, that's integration. Spiritual awakening is not a straight line. It is a spiral, always returning you to deeper layers of the same truth until you can live it, breathe it, become it. Phase 1. Dissolving the density veil, your heart's recall. Begins first comes the recognition that your amnesia was spiritual armor. This is where you stop treating your fog like a curse and start reading it like a map. You begin to notice which thoughts feel like yours and which feel inherited. Programming from family lines, societal hypnosis, old survival identities that formed when you were trying to be accepted. Here, your awareness scans the energetic distortions, lessons of fear or not enoughness, that do not belong to your Pleiadian identity. You may realize you've been living under a silent belief that you must earn love, earn rest, earn your right to exist. You may notice how quickly you apologize for being honest, how often you over-explain your feelings, how reflexively you shrink when someone is uncomfortable with your truth. These are not personality traits. They are density imprints. Dissolve them now, not with violence, not by fighting yourself. Dissolve them with presence, with breath, with the kind of compassion that says, I understand why I did this. I forgive myself for surviving. Picture your heart as a crystalline chalice, washed by the love of Alcyone, slowly remembering its glow. Imagine that chalice held in two hands of light, steady and patient. With each inhale, the water becomes clearer. With each exhale, the sediment of old fear settles and releases. Here, the journey home is not a race, but a gentle reunion with your own truth. And if you need an anchor, remember the ancient spiritual principle echoed across many traditions. Perfect love casts out fear. When love enters the nervous system, fear loses its throne. Phase 2. Crystalline Code. Activation. The prophecy in your DNA. Beneath your ancestral genetics runs a deeper program. Encoded prophecies, spiritual instructions, crystalline matrices implanted by your Pleiadian lineage. Your ancestors gave you biology, but your star lineage gave you light geometry, patterns of consciousness that awaken when the time is right. You might have felt these codes as a fascination with certain symbols, a pull toward healing arts, a devotion to peace that you can't explain, or an inner resistance to cruelty that feels absolute. With every conscious breath, feel these codes begin to shimmer, not as fantasy, but as sensation. A subtle sparkle behind the ribs, a warmth at the spine, a soft tingling in the hands, the feeling of being plugged in. Visualize light traveling through your cells, carrying the frequencies of joy, unity, and peace. Let it move like a sunrise through your bloodstream, turning heavy places into gold. Let it enter the places where you stored old grief, not to erase your humanity, but to illuminate it. This is your body responding, recalibrating, and finally allowing the higher prophecies to anchor. And prophecy is not just prediction. Prophecy is purpose. It is the part of you that remembers why you came, to transmit coherence, to model gentleness without weakness, to remind others of their own divine origin through the way you live. It's not willpower, it's surrender. It's the humility to let your soul lead your mind rather than the other way around. Phase 3, embodying star family recognition, the great reaffirmation. There's a moment in every starseed's journey when external searching transforms into internal recognition. This is where you stop chasing confirmation and begin to feel certainty blooming from within. Here, your star family is not a distant collective. They are the living field of love surrounding, uplifting, and validating your specific path. And you may not see them the way the mind expects. You may feel them as comfort that arrives at the exact moment you are about to give up. You may feel them as a presence that fills the room when you pray. You may sense them as a gentle pressure on your shoulders, as if someone is reminding you to stand tall. In meditation or stillness, sense their presence. Let your breath become slower, as if you are syncing with a larger heartbeat. Let their energy infuse your own. Isolation shatters, replaced by a cellular knowing, you were never abandoned. The reunion is happening within you, right now. And when it happens, it often comes with a grief release too, because you realize how long you've been carrying the story that you are alone. Let the tears come if they come. Tears are holy water for the nervous system. They cleanse the inner lens so you can finally see the love that was always there. Phase 4. Heart-centered mission anchoring, from prophecy to action. Your mission is more than a role. It is the vibration you emit by living authentically. Many Pleiadian souls resist the word mission because they associate it with pressure, performance, or spiritual superiority. But your mission is not an ego project. It's a frequency assignment. It's what naturally radiates when you stop betraying your heart. Accept that fulfilling your prophecy means allowing love to guide every action, every boundary, every creative impulse. Love will ask you to rest when you used to overwork. Love will ask you to speak when you used to stay silent. Love will ask you to leave environments that demand you become smaller. Love will teach you the difference between compassion and rescuing. Anchor your frequency into Gaia's heart grid with every act of compassion and self-honor. Sometimes that looks like helping a stranger. Sometimes it looks like saying no without guilt. Sometimes it looks like creating art that carries a healing code in its colors and shapes. Sometimes it looks like tending to children, animals, plants, or communities with reverence, as if each act of care is a prayer made visible. Your prophecy is not about performing miracles, but about becoming the miracle, a living transmitter of the Pleiadian frequency. And remember, the most powerful transmitters are coherent. Not perfect, but coherent. When your choices match your truth, your field becomes a lighthouse. Phase 5. Attuning to the Seven Sisters, receiving timeless guidance. Feel the support of the Seven Sisters constellation, an eternal counsel radiating wisdom, courage, and grace. Their light is a current that you can ride, and a current does not require strain. It requires alignment. If you've been forcing your awakening, this phase teaches you to listen instead. To receive. To notice the guidance that arrives through subtlety. The phrase that repeats, the book that calls you, the person who appears at the right time. the sudden clarity that drops in as you wash dishes or walk outside. As you tune into their presence, insights and downloads begin to flow with natural ease. Prophecies clarify, inner guidance sharpens. You may begin to sense which paths are yours and which are distractions dressed as opportunities. You may start to feel your yes as expansion in the chest and your no as contraction in the gut. You realize that your choices, no matter how small, are guided by an uninterrupted stream of cosmic love. And cosmic love is practical. It will guide you to drink more water, to simplify your life, to stop overstimulating your nervous system, to choose relationships that honor your sensitivity. It will guide you to community when you're ready, because many Pleiadian missions are activated in groups, when frequencies harmonize and amplify each other. Phase 6. Recalibration. The body remembers. As your codes activate, your physical vessel undergoes shifts, tingling, waves of peace, sudden tears, old fatigue dissolving. You might experience vivid dreams, emotional purges, spontaneous laughter, or the sense that time is moving differently. Some days you may feel like you can't do what you used to do because your body is redirecting energy toward integration. These are markers of crystalline recalibration. They are not a sign that something is wrong. They are often a sign that something is finally aligning. Allow the process, trust it, and support it with gentle care. Water, rest, nature. Let the sun touch your skin. Let your feet touch the earth. Let your body remember it is not a prison. It is a temple designed to hold light. If you feel called, speak to your cells with kindness. Tell your nervous system it is safe now. Tell your inner child you're not leaving them behind for spirituality. Your human form is learning to hold more light than ever before. This is the threshold. This is your entryway into a new era of spiritual remembrance. And in this era, self-care is not indulgence. It is stewardship of a sacred instrument. Phase 7. The living bridge. Unifying heaven and earth. You are not called to escape your body or the world. Rather, you become the bridge, a living field where Pleiadian love and human experience merge into unity. This is where the old fantasy of going home transforms. Because home is not only a location, it is a frequency you carry. And when you carry it, you bring it here. You become the proof that heaven is not a distant realm, but a quality of presence that can enter a room through your eyes, your voice, your calm, your truth. Through your presence, your prophecy fulfills itself, not as a distant moment, but as every breath you take in loving awareness. You may still have ordinary problems. You may still have grief, but you will meet life differently. You will meet it as a soul who remembers their origin, and therefore refuses to abandon love. The new phase has begun. You are the broadcaster of this frequency. Your life becomes an altar where the invisible becomes visible. In your patience, in your integrity, in your willingness to choose peace without losing yourself. Here is what your heart has been waiting to remember. The longing, the ache, the sense of being adrift. None of these were mistakes. They were not signs you don't belong anywhere. They were signs you belong to something vast, and you came here on purpose. Each was a sacred signal, perfectly timed by your Pleiadian family and the 7 sisters to awaken you exactly when Gaia called for your light. You did not lose your way or forget your origin. You chose to veil your memory, so the joy of returning home, of reuniting with your star family and fulfilling your soul's prophecy, would be that much sweeter, that much more profound. Like the sunrise that feels breathtaking precisely because it emerges from night, your remembrance is radiant, because it is earned through tenderness, humility, and the courage to keep going. Awakening was never meant to be a solitary journey. Even when you felt alone, you were being accompanied in ways your mind could not translate. Every challenge, every pause, every tear brought you closer to this precise moment of remembrance. Your star family stands with you now, whispering through every cell that you are not only recognized, you are celebrated. celebrated not for being special above others, but for being faithful to love in a world that often rewards numbness. You are the living prophecy, the crystalline bridge anchoring cosmic love onto Earth. And that love is not fragile. It is strong enough to hold boundaries. It is wise enough to discern. It is gentle enough to heal. It is vast enough to include your humanity. Tonight, before you sleep, let your hand rest gently over your heart center and affirm, I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. Let the words be more than sounds. Let them be a tuning fork. Feel how your body responds to truth, how the chest softens, how the breath deepens, how the mind quiets. And if your mind argues, let it argue from the sidelines. The heart is speaking now. The higher heart is opening now. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.